right?
If I don't work, my dog's not gonna eat.
No,
That's
I'm
what I
looking
do
out
it
for my
for.
boy. I need the kibble.
Welcome back to another episode of Memes.
And dreams.
We're back with episode 2 of season 3.
Absolutely.
And
We're in this. We're officially in the season.
Right?
We didn't just stop at the pilot episode again.
Yeah, we didn't just all right, one
And
episode
then
was
wait
good
like
enough.
and then a month, then episode 2 comes out.
Right.
Now we're quick about it.
Yeah. So we are staying on schedule.
Back at it.
And we got about 6 or so topics to talk about today. We're gonna start it off with
Full agenda.
we're gonna start it off with the trend of the week, and then talk about some movie and music things and some future events coming up. So if you want to go ahead and get started, send it over to Adam. Talk about the trend of the week.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the trend of the week, yeah. So trend of the week, we have so it is a TikTok kind of challenge, but it's not really a challenge. It's more, and it's kind of a dance, but it's not really dance. So everyone's using this effect on TikTok. It's called the rotoscope effect, which I'll probably pop it right up here, just so you can kind of see, like, it's essentially this kind of blobby, colorful looking, it's very festive of an effect. And so what people are doing is using this effect in the middle of their TikTok videos to show like more of a party vibe in situations that have no party vibe at all.
It's like getting an assignment done at work, and then to reward yourself, you just start.
Yeah, getting like 2 things done in the course of 3 hours.
Yeah, honestly, that's how I was feeling this last week at work. Like, I thought about using it a couple times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
a bit
lucky
stressy,
for
a
y'all.
bit stressy at work, you know.
Yeah. It's been a heavy kind of 2022.
Yeah.
It feels like just a lot of head down work and focus that
Grinding in corporate America.
Yeah. Motivation that I have to pull out of myself sometimes, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So I guess in the spirit of that,
Like,
right?
if I don't work, my dog's not gonna eat.
No,
That's
I'm
what I
looking
do
out
it
for my
for.
boy. I need the kibble. We actually went ahead and we did a little bit of the rotoscope TikTok, and you'll see it right here. I'm showing this hoping that Jason doesn't like break a knee when he's doing it, or
I'm not gonna break a knee on every challenge
minimum
we do.
movements in that video. I'm sure minimum movements.
As long as I don't do the A challenge from last week, I think I'll be fine.
We'll do a little head nod.
Like, I sent you that TikTok of the guy trying it.
If I can find it, I'll put it right here.
Because if I were
This
to
is
do
what
it,
would have happened if Jason did it.
Maybe even worse. So yeah, none of that for me.
Yeah, kind of a fun thing. And of course, you can check the TikTok out on our TikTok channel. The page is Memes and Dreams Pod.
Yeah.
Memes and Dreams Pod. We'll have it at the end of the credits for those listening on the podcast apps. It should be Memes and Dreams Pod. You can search Memes and Dreams Podcast in the search bar. It should bring us up as well. But that's where we'll have all of our clips, including the rotoscope one. Feeling good about that one.
Yeah.
Did we have a runner-up? Did we land on that?
I don't think we ever did.
I think we're going to look
I
for
think
one.
the runner-up from what we've been sending each other is the England videos. Well, at least. Those have gotten out of hand.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious.
I probably will not be putting the video here because I don't want to start a world war. But it's pretty funny, and I think it's turned into something that's a little nuts with like all the like creatures now.
Like, how are people finding these creatures?
I don't know.
Like, what do they search for to find these horrible graphic creatures?
It's aggressive, is what it is.
Yeah.
The meme has evolved into something that's real crazy. It's not what it used to be.
Yeah.
And
I like how like sometimes they'll start off with just a normal voice and like a normal looking English dude, and then like sorry.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's actually yeah. He starts it off like that's a good question. The other reason why we don't. Well, at least. And then another runner-up I want to shout out is the one where they're like it's a TikTok trend now where like you'll see a drawing of a character like asking somebody out and then getting rejected, and then they start lifting and then they're like super buff, but the characters are really weird because it's like SpongeBob and Patrick, or like it's Ed and Eddie, stuff like that.
I haven't seen that one.
I'll send you some.
All right.
I'll send you some. But I think that takes care of the runner up there. Also, we totally went straight to welcome back. Welcome. We didn't even like acknowledge you there as the viewer there. I want to make sure we're gonna step it up this season, right? And that's part of it. So welcome to the
back.
episode. Yeah, settle in.
Grab a drink, stay a while.
Make a little something.
Yeah.
Roll a little something. I don't know. But let's go ahead and move on to the next topic here.
Yeah. Next one we're going to be talking about is the new Morbius movie, aka the best movie ever made.
Yep.
And the reviews are just raving.
That's how excited I am about Morbius. Get off my Morbius excitement, please.
But yeah, the reviews are in and they're just raving about it. So
here's the deal. I had a bad shoulder a week before the movie came out, and I went to see Morbius. And when I walked out of the theater, it was healed. Not only that, I could do backflips. I've never been able to do backflips before, pre-watching Morbius, but afterward it was just like
I walked out and I could dunk a basketball without my knees exploding.
It was so weird.
It was insane.
Yeah, like a regulation court basket.
That's just the power of Jared Leto.
Jared Leto is one of the just most revolutionary actors, superhero.
I mean, he's 2-0 in superhero movies, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. After that absolute banger,
can we just recast him as Iron Man or something?
Can you please? Actually, let's get a hashtag going for that. Pop that right up there. And nice. There it is. Our episode has a hashtag now. That's so tweet it, obviously, if you're tweeting memes and dreams, just so we can really let him know how much we appreciate his method acting.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's actually talk about Morbius. Garbage, it's a piece of shit. And it blew it so much so much that we didn't even watch it.
Yeah, I'm not wasting my money or time on that movie.
I didn't watch it. You didn't watch it. No wasted cash on a ticket that would have been for a movie.
All I had to do was see that one scene of the guy dancing in the restroom on TikTok, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good on this.
Yeah, so the guy's dancing in the restroom, real goofy, and it's the dude who plays Doctor Who in the TV series. And he just at a certain point he's like getting dressed and like dancing, and then he does a little vampire face.
Yeah, he like flexes and like, and then turns into a vampire for like 2 seconds.
If there's any other reason that you should know not to go watch this movie, it is for the vampire face scene.
Yeah.
That's all I needed there. Simple as that. And it is, I think, one of the interesting things about Morbius. Also, before we go into that, I did want to mention there's actually like this picture floating around where the movie theater per episode 1. This is for all the OGs watching last episode, There's one theater that didn't even turn the lights off for Morbius the entire movie.
Oh, Jesus.
All the lights were still on. I'll show the photo right here. It's hilarious.
They tried so hard to promote that movie, like in the mainstream media. Like Jared Leto was collabing with like TikTok creators and like just pushing the movie so hard, and they still flopped.
Yeah, and the thing that makes that there's a couple factors, right? A couple factors that go into why it was as garbo as it ended up being, which was you have the classic reason, right, of the director, right, and the producer and the actual crew and the cast had one idea of what the movie should be, but then the studio came in.
It's always the fucking studio.
The studio fucked everything up, and like essentially just made enough notes that you can. When this is done poorly, and you can see this in a number of different examples, but for example, right, Jared Leto's last superhero movie. So like it's another example. You can watch the movie and the notes seem so forced that it actually comes in like through the movie, and the viewer can tell the moments where it's like, okay, they wanted them to add this part in, very obviously. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, dancing vampire face scene. Why? All right, why? The other factor that went into this that was pretty interesting actually was they started marketing this like early pandemic.
Yeah, I think maybe a little bit before or like kind of right after it happened.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly when, but
it was a while back to where they postponed it because theaters were being closed down again.
Yeah.
And so in doing that, they had the balls to postpone the actual trailer, like the marketing campaign for it, and then like call out, like delay the movie, and then come back with the exact same trailers to kick off the marketing, the entire marketing
you'd think
campaign.
With like 2 years time, they could go in and kind of like
it's about what they had
fix
too, right?
everything that they needed to, but nope, they just kind of set on it and like it's fine.
It'll be fine. It'll be okay. Don't worry about it. Listen, I think I know how we can make this, work, right? Don't worry. We put a poster of Spider-Man.
That gets the people going.
Gets the people going.
And I like how it kind of came out right after the Spider-Man hype of, what was it, Far From Home?
They were riding the Spider-Man hype entirely.
Yeah. It's like, so they released it after that, and people are like, oh shit, Spider-Man might be in this movie. It's in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And it's directed by Sam Raimi, who did Spider-Man 1, and 2, I think.
Yeah.
And it's like...
And 3.
Did he do 3?
He did all 3, and then he backed out of 4. Like, he had a disagreement with Sony.
Okay. But
classic.
Yeah, so, like, there's all the, like, hype of, like, oh shit, we're going to get another Spider-Man. Like, nope.
Spoilers for Morbius, I guess. Sorry, by the way, spoilers here for this next part especially. So if you're planning on seeing it, which
why?
Yeah, like kudos, because I can't. Right? That's good for you. You'll be one of 2 people in the theater. Spoiler warning, right? But another thing that was like interesting about that is piggybacking off of like the Spider-Man Marvel franchise. In the trailers, they heavily showed the Vulture.
Oh, yeah, from the first Tom Holland Spider-Man.
For those of you who saw the movie, apparently, the Vulture is not in the actual movie. He's in the post-credit scenes only.
That's pretty shitty to do.
Yeah. That's insane. They were like, let's go ahead and put him in all the trailers and then not show him. And there's another scene with the Spider-Man poster. So the one that I was talking about, that's not even in the movie. It's only in the trailer.
Oh, what the f***?
Yeah.
Jesus.
They fucked everyone over. This slumdog bastard twisted us all. And so the funny thing is that the media reception is that very sarcastic kind of reaction.
Yeah.
So I don't like... What have you been seeing reviews-wise? Like what's the word, though, like officially from what people are saying here?
Waste. Like people wasting their time and money. Like... It's just wasn't a good movie from what I've been hearing. Like, it's just a waste of like 2 hours. Like, people are like, I could have gone and done something better with my life instead of going to see this movie.
It seems like people are actually like upset.
Yeah.
Like it's insultingly bad, which is kind of nuts. I will say this, and I'll give credit to I think Captain Midnight, but whatever YouTube creator I put right here, I watched their video recently on what they can do, like what Sony can do to try and fix it, which would be like the entire like Spider-Verse that they've kind of jumbled up now at this point. Because we have a lot of things wrapped up with Far From Home, with like Venom and like introducing Carnage and then Into the Spider-Verse and all this. So the idea is to have Venom continue. So Morbius is kind of donezo. I think there's nothing you can do to save that movie.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if we see him again in a movie.
Yeah, I think Jared Leto should just go make some more music and, do the reverse Ludacris thing and then just go back to the music industry. I think that's the move. But the thing that the video suggested, the thing that to fix it would be have Venom continue on as like one of the main kind of villains versus like chasing, like kind of get a little bit of a Sinister Six vibe and bring Vulture into the fold. But then the Spider-Man, like for Venom's universe, ends up being Andrew Garfield.
Ooh,
right?
I fuck with that.
That's cool, right?
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea, and it'd be a good way to just kind of start piecing things together that right now have a lot of continuity issues and plot holes.
Yeah, like the whole Sony and Marvel marriage, I guess you could say, is just so weird right now, and it makes it hard for fans to kind of like get a taste of what's going on.
Well, kind of like they do with like, I know even their game consoles. Sony is a proprietary company. Like they don't like a collaboration. They don't like involvement with others. PlayStation, like Sony, had to walk back their crossplay. They said, we're not interested in doing crossplay. Some stuff happened, and then they had to like spin it real quick and say, oh, we would love to do some crossplay with other platforms. And we're seeing the same thing here, but with the intellectual property rights of the character Spider-Man, which is a key character in most of the Avengers comic timelines.
Yeah, he probably brings in the most like solo like movies, I would say.
Not even mentioning Spider-Man and Deadpool comic lines, which are awesome. That's ridiculous. So that's kind of where we're at here. I think on that note, we could probably move on from Morbius. And
Thank God. I think we spent too much time talking about Morbius.
We can never spend enough time talking about Morbius. So let's head down to, while we're still on the topic of superhero productions. Jason, why don't you tell us about the next one here?
Yeah, so Disney Plus started streaming the new Moon Knight series, and
it's a spin-off of the movie Moonlight.
It's like 3 episodes in right now, and it started off a little slow, I guess you could say.
It's starring Oscar Isaac, right?
Yeah, Oscar Isaac.
Nice.
And what's his name? Kevin Bacon. And so it started off.
I find that offensive. Why can't he be Kevin Halal?
Deal with it, bitch. You're eating bacon sometime. I'm
not going to. What Jason's referring to, for y'all wouldn't know, of course, right? But what Jason's referring to here is in the near future, I'm guessing, when Jason ends up being on this like deathbed or something. His dying wish is that I eat bacon with him, and so I'm trying to figure out a way out of it and get kind of creative there. So we'll see how that works out.
Yeah,
I might put a hit on you and just make it easier.
I'm gonna do everything just to try and survive it.
I'll call the hospital like, oh, what? Darn it! We had a thing we were gonna do. Guess I'll just go have a burger.
Oh, he's coming back. He's coming back.
Nope. No, he's not. No, he's not. I rush over and pull the plug on him.
Right. But anyways, yeah. So
Moon Knight.
Oscar Isaac, like we first get introduced to him as a character called Steven. He's like a kind of weird loner guy, and he thinks he's having like sleep issues, which relatable.
He's also a historian.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows a lot about Egyptian
gods
history
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so throughout the first episode, like a bunch of weird stuff starts happening to him. He goes in and out of like
Blackouts.
yeah, like blackouts.
Yeah.
He like wakes up and he's like in a different country, and he's like, what the how did I get
A brownout for all the Always Sunny fans.
And so you start realizing like, oh, this guy has like split personality disorder, and kind of like you start figuring that out kind of towards the end of the episode of the first one. And then episode 2, you get introduced to Marc Spector, I think his last name.
Yep.
And he's
We got it right again.
he's kind of like more of the like, ooh, that's gross.
That was
There you go. He's kind of like more the mercenary type, I would say. And whatchamacallit? Like he
has an American accent.
Yeah.
Where Steven has like a
English accent.
English accent.
Yeah. And like Marc is married, so like his wife shows up, and Steven's like, "Who the f- are you?" and doesn't know what's going on. And so like they kind of
Layla.
Yeah, Layla.
Very Arab name. I appreciate that. And there's been a lot of Arab influence in it. You know, there's been like a lot of like Arab music from a lot of the famous artists in that kind of genre. And then there's also been like a lot of the thematic stuff has been Arabic. It's Egyptian Arabic, so
You're almost there.
it's not Mediterranean like I like. You know, it's not kebab, but it's more just like. But it's definitely it's cool thing
Do
to
you
see.
think we'll ever get like an Arab setting like for you?
Is there for what?
like
For Lebanon?
yeah.
Is there a Lebanese comic hero?
I mean, I don't know, but like
No, is the answer. Rhetorical question, Jason.
I don't know, but like I remember you talking about like how they always kind of misuse the Arabic sense.
They just do different versions of they do it for Egyptian stuff. It seems like they're doing Arab culture, but for Islamic representation, they do like maybe more kind of like Pakistani or Indian culture. It leans one or the other, but a good example of this is if you've seen the live action of Aladdin, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm not talking about Will Smith slapping anyone in Aladdin, even though it's the post credits. No, but yeah, you know, it's like we'll see kind of what happens with Miss Marvel, you know, and see kind of how much they incorporate there. But I think Moon Knight's kind of where they do the most of it because of the
like it's kind of set in that area.
Yeah, everything's got like a sandy kind of like tone to it, like out there in the
desert.
Minor spoilers, by the way. If you haven't watched those episodes of Moon Knight, definitely get on it. And yeah, so where do you think it's gonna, you know, where do you think it
So I
goes from
think
here?
the next episode we're going to be introduced into the third personality. That's what everybody's kind of talking about on TikTok and the internet. Because I guess there's been like clues in the opening credits. Like there's like an image like where Oscar Isaac has like 3 like faces coming off of him. So they're saying like that's the third personality that we're going to see. That's supposed to be like the most gruesome one. That's who's
In the third episode, that's the one that's like I think is like killing the people.
Yeah, because Marc was like, Steven, like, what did you do? And he's like, it wasn't me. I thought
didn't
this was
do
you.
that.
Yeah. He's like, what the f*** you blaming
Since
me
when do
for?
Since when do I know how to do that?
Right. And so I think that's kind of a hint of the third personality. I can't think of his name. Maybe James. It might be James.
What's fun is the Moon Knight armor changes from one personality to another. Where
I did like that. Like I
cloak,
think,
robe kind of thing.
yeah, I think that was like what the first, it was the second episode when Steven.
They showed both of them.
Yeah.
First episode, they showed just Steven doing it, and he was like, what the is this?
Yeah, he's like.
Oh, and then they showed him, and then they showed the other one at the very end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found it funny. He's like, she said suit, and so this is a suit, right? But it's like a formal suit.
It's like a formal, I'll put a picture of it right here. It's dapper.
Yeah. I like it.
There's some class to it.
And then the one that Marc uses, which I guess is the most comic accurate one. But I mean, I haven't really read any of the comics. But side note, I have noticed. I didn't see it in the third episode, but in the first and second episode, there's a QR code that's visible.
Oh,
And if you scan it, it takes you to a website to where you can read the Moon Knight comics.
that's
Which
right.
I think that's pretty
Heard
cool.
about that.
Because I mean, like Moon Knight wasn't like a super popular character everybody's kind of heard of,
Right.
and so I think they're trying to get more people into it, which is a really good marketing idea for them.
Yeah, I think that it's cool that they're putting these small things in, and the Disney Plus shows. If you're caught up on the MCU, if you're an MCU watcher, then the shows are fun because I think that Marvel does a really great job of allowing the directors to have creative freedom.
Yeah,
Where
and
we're
then,
not
like,
getting
production on all of them is like, hey, plus, like,
that. Yeah, it looks so good.
yeah, and
They're
then,
like, let's put movie money into a TV show.
yeah, which I think is dope because like all the shows have been great so far. Like there hasn't been one bad one.
Yeah. I think that's going to be pretty cool to see just how it unfolds, and then hopefully what kind of tie-ins we might get with the MCU from Moon Knight.
Yeah, because this ends on May 4th or 5th, I believe, and then the next day, Multiverse of Madness comes out.
That's perfect.
So
The timing
like, there's
is
got to be some
fantastic.
kind of tie-in. Like it'd be cool if like we see Doctor Strange at the season finale of Moon Knight.
And we'll definitely be covering
Yeah.
Multiverse of Madness when it comes out. That's 1,000% going to be a
So
topic on a
people are
future
saying
episode.
like they have to be like a tie-in somehow because Marvel doesn't do that. They always space out their shit.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping we get like a big kind of cameo or surprise.
Yeah.
In the season finale.
Yeah. That'd be cool, and
Yeah.
I'm very excited for it.
And I hope
like,
we start like if we get that third personality, I hope we start seeing some like gruesome shit because like all the fight scenes have been like we haven't really seen
they're
them that
pretty
much.
tame.
Like you cut to the end of like what's happened.
I can't stop appreciating Deadpool for what it is because it's such a fantastic, like Deadpool and Deadpool 2. The R rating is very powerful in comic book, storytelling.
Yeah.
Because if there's comics out there that are super R rated, just off of how it's like illustrated and the scenes that happen in there, so it's nice to see that like actually come to life there because you can kind of tell the difference there when it's toned down.
Yeah.
The fight choreography can be fantastic, and it has been in Moon Knight. Props. But like, it's still not as like, it's like, okay, what happened to these dead guys? Why are we only seeing them after they're dead? So I'm interested in that. And then while we're still on the topic of TV shows, we'll head into new streaming series coming out.
Oh yeah. Netflix dropped the
Grab the Coles.
trailer for season 4 of Stranger Things, and in my honest opinion, not biased, it's the greatest trailer ever released because it featured a like a mix of Journey's Separate Ways song, which I mean I'm wearing a Journey t-shirt right now. It's my favorite band of all time. So like seeing that
Journey is his Kanye.
yeah, like seeing that was dope because it'd been like a mix. Like I've never seen somebody use Journey like that before. Like it was mixed and cut to go with the trailer, and it sounded amazing.
A lot of times they do that and it doesn't sound good, or it sounds like cheesy, like a cheesy cover. It was a great cover. I'll say that was a fantastic trailer, fantastic cover of the song. Season 3 is already out. Season 4 is coming up.
I think this might break. I just got this. This might break like the Netflix like streaming record because I think this is like the last season, and then they're doing a movie to like tie everything up.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what, like, if you look at the production from one season to another, that's kind of the direction that they're going.
So I'm really excited for that. I think it's gonna be amazing. The like action and storyline looks awesome. Some new characters coming in, like some like zombie dude at the end. I didn't know what the that was.
Some people are saying that it might be Billy.
Oh
Yeah. Like from the Upside Down.
oh, that'd be dope.
That'd be crazy.
So I'm excited to see what they come up with, and we'll definitely be talking about it when it comes out.
They're in high school. Right?
Yeah,
It's they're in
weird
high school
because
for it.
they started out in like middle school when the series started. And now, like we've seen these actors grow up. It's insane.
And they timed the show with them growing up too.
Yeah. So I think this one's gonna take place in like the 80s, maybe early 90s. I can't remember.
Yeah.
but it's gonna be dope.
Around that time.
Yeah.
We can tell from whatever, like,
What
the
they're wearing.
journey that they're
Yeah.
using, you know? Nice. Well, then, cool. We can keep it going here and switch over to a little bit of music update. Here. We got a brand new Jack Harlow single, and there's some mixed reviews on it. There's mixed reviews, mixed reception. It's a new single off of his upcoming album. This album, the name is lost on me right now.
I can't remember.
This album. And then it's going to be like, okay, so a lot of people are saying this is kind of his like TikTok sound, and that's what he's after. But whether or not that's going to be for the singles, or for the entire album is kind of still up in the air.
Yeah.
What did you think about the song?
I thought it was overhyped a little bit. Like before it came out, people were like, "Oh, song of the summer! Like I can't wait to just like play the song every day and stuff like that." And then it came out, and I'm like, it's a good song.
Mm-hmm.
It's not song of the summer type. Like it's not up there for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping like it's just one single, but I'm hoping like the album is really good because we haven't had an album of the summer since like Drake in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping we can finally get one, something we can bump, and like, no matter like what the mood is, you turn that on and you start partying.
Yeah,
that's what we need. We
even
need
mentioned-
a rotoscope album of the summer.
a rotoscope album of the summer.
Yeah.
It's called First Class, by the way, the single.
And he covered or sampled Fergie Glamorous, right?
Glamorous. Yeah, that's it. First class, up in the sky. So the other single off that album right now, it's called Nail Tech. That one's fun.
That one was good. I did like that one.
It's got a Industry Baby kind of set of brass like trumpets and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Bum bum bum. So that's kind of cool. And then he recently, for the people who have access to it, or if you have a really cool friend who has access to it, he made a feature on Donda 2. So he's on Louis Bags on Donda 2. You could probably find it somewhere other than the STEM Player website, but
That was a good feature for him.
it was a great feature. His verse was immaculate.
What if Kanye has a feature on his album? Would that give it album of the summer?
I think so. Because he could talk about so much stuff going on.
I think if somebody were to do an album this summer, it would be Jack Harlow. I think he's the perfect fit for it. But he's got to come out with some bangers.
Yeah. You know who's been quiet?
Who?
Drake.
All right. Drake's raising his son, all right?
You know who's been loud?
Who?
Push.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess like
If I had to choose
honorable
one, I'd
mention
go
there.
with Push. Like every single he's been on
Pusha
and the
T,
features he's
dog.
been on.
Yep.
Woo, my lord. He's killing it right now. Like he even said he's gonna have album of the year already, so
Yuck. It's the album of the year. Yeah.
Push.
And I think here's the single that it's Neck and Wrist featuring Jay-Z. He just put it out. He was on Nigo's album.
Yeah, Nigo, his features on Nigo were good. That whole album of Nigo's was amazing. I loved it.
This album right here. And I think that he's on his game right now. I think he's got production from Ye, like in the behind the scenes, and for this new album. He's now put out 2 singles that have similar album covers.
Well, isn't it 3? It's wait, no, it is just 2.
Yeah.
It was Diet Coke and
Diet Coke, yeah, and then Neck and Wrist.
Yeah, Neck and Wrist. So yeah, I'm excited for Push.
Yesterday's price is not today's price. I love that part. So yeah, I think that's our little, while we're still on the music thing though, something kind of exciting.
Adam's hoping to go see our boy Marc Rebillet.
Maybe.
If nobody knows, or if you don't know who that is, he started off just kind of like doing quarantine streams. That's not how he started off, but that's how like a lot of people started to
He started with performances.
Yeah,
it was live performances that he'd put on YouTube.
Yeah,
stream
like
them.
up in Dallas, and then he moved to New York and started doing it from his like living room. And me and Adam become big fans of his. We went to go see him for New Year's.
Yeah,
which was amazing. It was a party there.
Yeah,
He got all robed up for him.
Yep, and then here's a picture of that. Yeah, it was just like a really crazy ass experience.
And he does everything improvised, which I think is one of the coolest things. Like nobody's doing that in the music industry right now, besides maybe like Harry Mack,
And
who's been on one of his streams too.
yep. He's been featured on there in one of his streams for one of the coolest freestyle sessions I've seen.
Yeah, like I've seen some clips of Harry Mack on TikTok, and like he'll just go on like Omegle, and like whoever he matches up with, like he just has them type in random words, and he just freestyles them.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So Marc Rebillet was also on The Cave with Kenny Beats.
Kenny Beats. I can watch that video all day.
It's such a good. If you haven't gotten a chance to see it, type in The Cave, Marc Rebillet. I'll spell his name out here, it's just a great. It's
just a vibe.
It's just such a vibe.
Yeah.
He's so cool. He's just a cool dude. And I actually got to see him backstage I didn't get to meet him, but I saw him backstage at ACL and last year, and it was incredible. Just like with the New Year's performance was like popping off. The ACL performance was like randomly awesome because he had a small crowd in the beginning and he drew a bunch of people in as he was playing. For all the producers out there, Marc Rebillet uses nothing more than some bare bones, like a looper, a MIDI controller, and like a simple keyboard and drum pad setup, and a Mac. It's super, super straightforward, and what I really appreciated about it is, and I think the producers will as well, is he does his own mixing in real time, and he quantizes everything off of like just having the perfect timing on tempo and on beat. That is insanely difficult to do, and to have him do it, to see him do it at such a regular pace without skipping a beat for every single melody he adds or extra instrument he adds in, it's super impressive.
Yeah. And like just like the improvising part, like you can tell he's thinking ahead like 30 seconds of what he's gonna do.
Yep.
Like he has the timing down to a science pretty much. And so he's going to be coming out with an album soon.
He's doing an album.
And he put out...
Finally, and people have been asking so long for him to do an album because he's got great music.
Yeah, and so he put out an application to where you can apply to go and be part of one of the studio sessions.
You can hang out with him.
Yeah.
It's for about 6 hours, and it's a full studio session over in like Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Where his new like recording setup is.
So hopefully our boy will be able to do it. Maybe take me along with him.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Young Sadi applied.
Yeah.
We're going to see. If I get approved on the application, I'm going to fly to Brooklyn.
Mark, if you see this somehow, choose him.
Hey. I will book tickets immediately if I get the notification I was selected. Because I would just think that'd be an amazing... It's kind of like a once-in-a-lifetime sort of like experience because he's making this music on the spot and he does a really amazing job of it.
Yeah, like I could see like the people that he brings in, he'll be like, what do you want me to make a song about? And then like that'll be the album.
That'd be cool as hell.
Yeah.
And then B is like, he's also he's just like a cool guy to hang out with. He's a cool guy. He seems like a great guy to be just chilling with.
One of like the most genuine like people I've ever seen. He's super appreciative of his fans, which is awesome. Because like he knows like without them like he wouldn't be able to do all this kind of stuff.
And I think that his community is just like lifted him up so that he can turn around and do the same.
Yeah.
He recently, right? He got on the main screen.
Oh
right?
Yeah. Doing ads now.
He's got a Fitbit commercial out now. I'll put a little portion of it right here. It is really, really cool. Like to see him like the Fitbit commercial is his style in a Fitbit commercial, which is weird.
Yeah, like Fitbit didn't try to like, hey, can you do this, and they're like, no, go do you. Like that's why you're popular is because you're you. So
and it's not the only time he's had a commercial.
Yeah, he did one for like a
German supermarket. Yeah, it was hilarious. Called. I'll put it here. I'll put the commercial here.
Flip the coals.
And I'll put the links on the video in the description. So go on over to YouTube. Search Memes and Dreams podcast. You'll find us there. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. But we'll go ahead and put links in the description for some of the YouTube videos that we talked about today and in future episodes. Just want to throw that out there so that y'all know we're looking to we're looking to make it a pretty straightforward kind of episode. We're talking about something, you're seeing it, and it's not just in these clips here. Yeah, I think that that's super exciting. Hopefully I get picked. Fingers crossed. Looking at you, Mark. I think it'll be an incredible opportunity, but we'll see what happens. And then moving on to one of our last topics here. You want to?
Yeah, it's kind of a big shakeup in the DC universe. I know we've been talking about Marvel a lot, but Discovery bought
Warner Brothers.
Yeah. I believe it's for like $43 billion. And so from what we're hearing is that they're going to pretty much do a complete overhaul of the DC universe. And so we'll see what that entails, because one of the things I saw was they said that Superman has not been treated right, which is 100% accurate. So hopefully they bring back Henry Cavill. And
he's great.
Yeah.
But the writing and the structuring for his kind of character.
Yeah, like Man of Steel was great. And then nothing else happened. So we'll see.
And that's what, Man of Steel is what happens when you decide to do a tone that's not right for the character, right? They went with a darker tone, and like it's like this Batman style, which is fine on its own movie, which is why Man of Steel is pretty solid. Like, it's a good for a rewatch for sure. But the thing is, it's hard to continue on with that character without doing more solo films.
Yeah.
So instead, they decided, let's just up his character in the Justice League and then put him wherever we need him to be as just like this, like,
because they know, like, Superman's in it.
Deus Ex Machina. Yeah. Yep.
So,
and
then
grab them.
From another thing I saw was like they kind of want to do what Marvel's doing. They want to get a more streamline of streaming, movies, gaming, and all of that kind of stuff. Because like DC's been struggling. There's so many separate entities of it too, like movies that aren't connected, like the Batman that just came out. Like that was a great movie, but it doesn't tie into anything. Like it's not part of the DC universe or DCEU, I guess. So they want to get more stuff like that all connected into the same thing. So we'll see how it goes. They changed the logo of Warner Brothers also, which I don't know if you saw that, but looks weird.
I'll put it right here.
It looks weird. It's very minimalist, I guess you could say. So
that's being generous. Being a little generous, honestly, because it's it's got a weird little look to it, and it's one of those looks that you're like, this is this
they just
studio
kept the old logo because
thing.
That's what people know. Like,
yeah. It's like in the NBA Finals logo. Put it right here. The old one, and then the one that we've been
the script.
Yeah, the script is cool, but then this is the one that we've been seeing up until this next finals.
Yeah,
which is not as exciting. It's like it was like blocky kind of, and
yeah, it's very like.
That's
modern.
No for me. It's a no for me.
Like people like the nostalgia factor and stuff. Like, just keep it as it is.
I mean, people are always
you don't
telling
have
me,
to change everything.
People come out there like, Adam, I love the Memes and Dreams logo. Y'all are looking great. It's looking super duper, and it's because we innovate. We don't just slap on a new coat of paint. We'll flip colors. Is what we'll do. So I think that's going to be pretty interesting to see. I'm curious because this is their opportunity to maybe try getting it right.
Yeah.
Compared to like Marvel.
All the disasters that have happened.
Yeah, because they've only had a handful of good movies.
And it's been the ones that
DC.
Aren't part of the DCEU, like the Batman, the Joker.
Yeah.
Like I guess like Wonder Woman was good. The first one, second one
was not good.
And then Justice League, like the Snyder Cut, they had to release for people to like it. Yeah, it's been rough. So hopefully Discovery will get the right people in there. Let the creative people, like the directors and writers,
creative
producers,
freedom.
Like they have that job for a reason.
Yeah,
because they're good at what they do.
Yep.
Like, just give them the money and get out of the way. That's all a studio has to do. But people want to be involved so much.
I think that's that's the hope, right? And so we'll be able to see if like maybe that's what we end up getting, right? Is like a better representation of these characters, and hopefully like more dedication in the actual screenplays, all the final scripts, you know, and I think the tie-ins to the lore of the greater DCEU.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the great, just DC universe, honestly. Yeah. So many characters we didn't get until the Snyder Cut,
Yeah.
which is weird as hell.
Like, if we finally got a Green Lantern, like, that'd be cool. It's been teased for, like, 10 years now.
Yep. I think that that about covers it, yeah?
We could talk about the thing we took off.
What was the thing we took off?
The Gigafactory?
Oh, yeah. We can mention that. Yeah, we got time. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, we recently here in Austin were delighted by a grand opening of the Tesla Gigafactory by the world's most notorious rich person, billionaire. You know, Mr. Elon Musk, who If you want to do an episode,
open invitation.
Listen, we'll throw you a nice interview. It'll be fun. We'll just, come on.
We'll get silly with it.
So it was apparently like a real weird meme kind of event.
Yeah.
Like he was wearing this cowboy hat, which is like, okay, yeah, it is Texas, but it's Austin, right? So come on.
I'm the one that wears the cowboy hat in Austin, all right?
Especially now. He's all, you know what I mean? So I think that it's very interesting. There's like a huge metal cowboy hat, I think, there too. And
called it the what was it called? The Electric Rodeo.
Yeah, the Electric Rodeo. Who wants to go to the Electric Rodeo?
I mean, it looked kind of cool. A bunch of barbecue trucks.
I wish I went.
Yeah, I wish I went too.
A lot of good spots. There was Terry Black's, Styles and Switch,
Micklethwait.
Yep.
And then Pinkerton's, I believe. Shout out to the Smoking Hoe on Instagram. He got invited and kind of documented all the food stuff that was there, and it looked amazing. And then
follow him on Instagram if you're interested in like meats and or barbecue.
Yeah, that's like the go-to guy here in Texas. And then like I guess at the end they had like a 10-minute long fireworks show. It was like nonstop. Yeah. So I was in my room playing some MLB The Show 22, and then I just started hearing these,
slipping in a little MLB The Show.
I started hearing these like pops. I'm like, oh, another shooting. And then like my dog Colt, he's going crazy. I'm like, what the is that? So I go outside, and then I can just see the sky just lighting up. Like, oh, it's a fireworks show, and it lasted for like 10, maybe 15 minutes nonstop. And I'm like, what the is going on? Yeah. And then later that night, I'm going through Instagram, and I see the Smoking Hose story, and I'm like, and one of them was like a big like firework photo. I'm like, okay, thanks Elon for making my dog like go crazy for 20 minutes.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hey, good luck buying Twitter. You know what? We're trying to.
I kind of hope he does. I kind of hope he does buy Twitter.
Let's talk about you buying Twitter here on Memes and Dreams,
right.
Season 3. Let's make it happen.
The inside scoop.
Use the hashtag from earlier, Morbius, something, but for Elon, and we'll make it happen.
Yeah. So yeah, that's little update on Austin.
How big is that Gigafactory anyway?
How big?
How big is it? Do you know?
It's fucking huge. I think you could find like an aerial photo of it.
Hold on, let's get our research team on it real quick. Beep boop, beep boop.
Some
great look at this
radio for people listening and not watching.
This
is what you miss out if you don't watch the YouTube videos.
We recommend watching the YouTube videos, but the fun thing is that you can find us uncensored on the podcast apps. So
put in Austin in there.
Oh yeah, Austin.
Because there's a couple different.
There's a couple. Was he taking over the world?
Duh.
Him and
he's gonna do the world and then Mars.
Oh my gosh! First Bezos and then this. Giga Texas. Oh my goodness! Yeah, Cyber
huge.
Rodeo. There it is, and then it is 3.3 square miles long.
Yep.
Yeesh. 3.3 square miles. And it's this big, blocky building. That's nuts. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's the news in Austin. Coming at you live.
So, yeah, I think that's about everything we had for today.
Making good time there. Yeah, I think we're all good with the topics. Yeah. Stay on the lookout. We have some pretty cool stuff planned for on-premise kind of like on-premises kind of things, like more on venue, outside of this little recording location. So it'll be coming up in future episodes or solo videos. So you'll be able to definitely find those all on our YouTube channel. I'll put it right here. But again, for the podcast listeners, that's Memes and Dreams Podcast. Memes and Dreams Podcast. You can search us there. We'll come up. And yeah, so stay on the lookout. Stay on the lookout for on all of our pages. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, of course. And you'll see all of those links at the very end of the video here. But check it out so that you can stay up to date with all the new stuff that we're going to be coming out with pretty soon. Mm-hmm. A lot of exciting content.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about it. Yeah. So I think on that note, we can go ahead and call it.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for, stopping on by, watching if you're watching, listening if you're listening. We appreciate it, and we will see you on the next episode.
Yep.
Later, y'all.